Hello, my friends. I'm your local art witch, and today we are going to be looking at this Modern Witch tarot journal and the coloring book. I just got the deck itself not that long ago, immediately fell in love, obsessed, and I knew that these were options that were available, so I had to get them. I've been wanting to work more on my self-care and to have a better understanding of tarot, and this is just all of it in one package. So I did get these on Amazon. I'm sure there's much better places that you could purchase these. It was quite the situation getting them home though, because Buddy dropped them off in the high school parking lot for some reason, and then the next day it was finally delivered to my house, already opened, but luckily nobody took what was inside. So let's first talk about this journal. It has like a faux leather. It's nice and thick. Look at that. It is teal. I've got more of a warm light on. It's like just got a little bit of squish. It has a little page saver. Here we go. Here's the inside. Look at that. So it has some table of contents. Nice little note from the author. Some introductions. Beautiful art. I love, decorated journals. So a little bit about card meanings. Stuff about like the storyline of tarot here. Stuff about keywords and stuff. And then so much space for you to make your own notes. And I love that they included the little cards so you can just quickly, you don't need to have your deck with you when you're doing these studies. I would advise it because it's, you could study it while doing a read, but it's not necessary. Now, so it's got all of these, and if I remember right, yes, okay, so you get a full page with each of the major arcana. And then, focus. There we go, that's better. With the minor arcana, there is less space, but I think it will be enough space. Hopefully, I'm a big writer. Big bubbly letters, so we will see. Now, it's a nice thick book, and we're all ready to the minors. So there we go, pentacles, and then these are for your draws, and then these pages are so that way we can learn how two cards can go together, because depending on what cards you get and in what order, it will kind of change the meaning. These are the pages I'm most excited and nervous for, because this is something I struggle with. I can take them separately, but like when it comes to how they go together, it is a bit more of a struggle for me. And then, see, more beautiful art, all the characters engaging with each other. And, so this is about recording your readings, and it gives us a little bit like who the querent is. So like if you're a very new beginner, this is an excellent book. So here, this is so you can make up your own spreads. So you would draw the cards in this dotted grid. I am kind of mystified by this grid, if I'm honest, because as you can see, the dots don't line up. So I guess you do like a 5-point, and that would be one card. I know there's an example here. it's like halfway through or so. I took the fastest glance, and it has been a struggle not to work in these books yet. Where is it? Look at that, it's making me a fibber. Okay, so it might be in the later part of the book. It does have an example of how they made it out. And then lots of space for interpretation. Now this I really like. So you could do a more complicated spread. Oh, focus. Thank you. Now, where is her example? Because I kind of wish it wasn't in the middle of the book. It would be so much easier to find. Oh, the paper, it's like a nice thick but smooth. Like if you wanted to color this in, I don't think you would get like the spottiness on this paper. And I don't think there's going to be much bleed. So bleeding is when, like if I was to use a marker on this side, how much is it going to ghost as in barely see it, or is it going to bleed as in the color's going to come through? I'll have to give you guys an update depending. So more tarot spread stuff, creating your own spreads. And it's got little examples. So this is kind of what I mean. She draws the little cards. It would be so cool if this book came with like a few pages of stickers, like tarot stickers, and then you could, you know, put them in here a little bit easier. Title, so she names the spreads, the 4 powers, and what deck, the actual setup, and then, so the first card is your path, what lies across, like, so the second card are your obstacles, what you will learn, what ways do you need to express courage, and then I think it's a bunch of blanks again. I just really love that they give us so much space, and then this one has even more space if you wanted to do like a really large read, like a Celtic cross or something even more intense. Oh, so back here it's got a space for, like, this is how to conduct a tarot interview. I still need to do that with a few of my decks. I only interview the decks that I know I'm going to keep, so sometimes I'll wait a while before doing it. So I did write in this a little bit, so I'm starting to note down the decks that I have that I want to keep for sure. So you put the name of the deck, the author, and then if you own it or not. I put it in pencil for now, and I'm going to put that in pen. So it gives you lots and lots of space. So if you're a big collector of decks, look at that. And then there's more space for spreads, for reads. And then what was really nice, books. So I started noting my books. And so you have space for the name, the author, what subject. And once again, lots and lots of pages. The thoughtfulness that went into this book is really amazing because, as you see, there's also online resources. So if there are websites and stuff that you like to use, there you go. So I'm going to start using this too because there's a ton. Especially for astrology, I use a ton of websites, and that's going to be helpful. And then, toward the back here, oh, look at this. She See what I mean? They make notes kind of in the middle. I would prefer it to be at the beginning as an example. Modern Witch Daily Challenge. So she gave us a little challenge, and then we would draw a card for each of these. And then back here, so it does recommend having people to study with, which I think is a very good idea. I need to start really building my tarot circle. I've got 2 people. One more person would be cool. I don't think more than 4 people. I think that might be a little much. I didn't even know that meetups were a thing. So I want to look into that. So, names and numbers of your inner circle, people that you can kind of trade reads with. I will read for myself sometimes, but sometimes it's more helpful to get a read from somebody else because they can see outside your situation, obviously in a way that you can't. And then there's some event pages. So if you want to start reading professionally or semi-professionally for people, there's space for you to take notes. And at the back, so professional readers, people that you might go see, you can keep all their information in here. Like, they really thought of everything. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this journal, may you find a path to your best self. Super nice, eh? So that is the tarot journal of the Modern Witch by Lisa Sturl. I'm so excited. And then there's this. This is a coloring book. I've been wanting to color for quite a while. I'm just gonna, there we go. So, focus. Thank you. So on the inside, it has all the cards, so that way if you want to follow the cards, what she originally did, you can. And they were so nice on the inside flat. Color code, exactly what colors that they used. Like, isn't that nice? And then that tiny, tiny space to test your tools. So this did come just a bit ripped. I'm still just impressed that I got my package at all. Still not sure why Buddy left it in the high school parking lot, but there you are. Okay, so she gives us a nice little note. And like, they even start, like, I can color this if I want. I probably will. So this just has some notes about how she chose the colors that she chose, what her inspiration was. I want a sticker like this. An introduction to the book. The coloring book is an exercise in tarot reflection. So it has a nice little how-to. Look at that. It's gorgeous. So here's what I like. So they've got the card. There's a little color code. And then it has some of the symbology. Yes, I said that right. Symbology of all the little pieces. And I like especially that they included her phone, because generally the Fool does not have a phone. And then on the back, it's so nice because if you use markers and it happens to bleed, like, the paper does feel like high quality. It's not that papery stuff that you usually get in a coloring book. But there's like a nice little mandala, so I can choose to color this, or I can leave it blank in case of, bleed. And then there's a little reflection. So as you can see, this card, my camera is having an awful time today, isn't it? So each one is a little different. They set it up a little different. Like lots of space. Another mandala. So I'm going to get a lot out of this book. Between that and the tarot journal, I think I'm going to get very acquainted with this deck. And I think it will be able to go to a lot of other decks too, because it is so Rider-Waite inspired. What I might do is bring a Rider-Waite with me. There are so many decks that are based on that one particular deck that I want to make sure that I know that deck first, because then you can carry it forward to all the other decks that you have, right? Love the little mandalas that they did. Jeez, look at the Hierophant. I say it wrong and different every single time. So the cover, I forgot to mention, it is thicker. It's more like not a cardboard, but like a plasticky, cardboardy situation. And the back also has like the rest of the cards. Plus, on the inside flap here, you can check off the cards as you get to know them. There's the author, Lisa, Columbus, Ohio. This is like one of my favorite cards in this deck. And it's neat because I've never really been drawn to the Chariot card before. This one, I forgot to mention, also comes with a little page saver. There's the Tower. There's little tips. Oh, wow. So she doesn't have tattoos in the original star. I don't blame Lisa for not including that. That would take about 3 years to color in just the tattoo. I'm so excited to color. I didn't want to touch it until I looked at it with you all. And then this one, I don't remember if I saw it before, but it has some card connections to the Lovers and Death. I wonder if the other ones do. Yep. Tower, Moon, Fool, and Death for the Sun. Okay, so there's Judgment. Oh, sad. Will this sit? This one will be tough to color. So that's the World. Okay, the Minor Arcana. So it tells us a bit about the numbers, the court cards, so that's the page, the knights, queens, and kings. Look, oh, this is going to be fun to color. So these full double page spreads. Now, I'm noticing that we don't have the space to study it like we did with the big cards. But you can still focus and think about what that card means, what story it's trying to tell you while you're coloring it in. Honestly, all the artwork is just gorgeous, even just black and white. Fun at the beach. Okay, so that's, you know what, that's a nice transition. So I just noticed It has a big double page situation for when it goes into a new suit. There's the Queen and King. And then we've got cups, so we see them at the beach. Not all decks integrate the elements as well as I've seen this deck do. Like, there we go. You can really see her comic background in a lot of this art. Okay, so close up, swords. Okay, because swords are thoughts and being in your head, right? Here we go. So we've got a bunch of swords, the turmoil, and then pentacles. So there's a self-insert of the creator, and I think she's in the 8. I think this might be her. Short hair. She's hard at work. Oh, I like the outlining on that. It's sharp. Oh, look at that. So we've got some further reading here. I'm going to have to look into that, just holding it here for a moment. I do have one of Rachel Pollack's books, and I do like them. I don't have the 78 Degrees of Wisdom, but I do have this nice little handbook. I like it because while it's meaty, it has a lot in it, it's still carryable. And then we've got just one last one. Somebody. And then it's got the same blessing at the end. Very nice. Sorry, just reading. Okay, so that's the Modern Witch tarot coloring book. I cannot wait. I'm a little nervous. I don't want to ruin all the beautiful work by coloring it in. I'm going to try to find a good brand of pencil crayon to use. I'm excited. I'll be able to travel with this, I think. So, yeah, that was the coloring book, the journal. Now, in real life, I don't know why it's doing this on camera. In real life, they're both teal. This one is darker, but it doesn't, this looks way bluer. But yeah, I'm really super happy with my purchase. I'm excited to use it. And thank you again for chilling out with me. See you again next time. Bye.